Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Please support me and like my video. In this part, Baron said to Ives, but the elders of the house Windsor are very stubborn. Will they listen to you? Then Ives said to him, you don't trust me, do you? Baron said to him, I do trust you. Anyway, things can't be worse than they are now. Ives said to him, find me a piece of paper and an ink brush. I am gonna write you a prescription. Then Ives write a prescription and gave the paper to Baron. And said to him, prepare a pot, and get the prescription filled. Next morning, Ives making a medicine for Lily, and said to her, come on. Drink up this bowl of decoctions. After drinking of the medicine, her cheeks ruddy, and clear eyes. A dose of medicine has produced an instant effect. How are you feeling now, sister? Lily said to him, I feel much more relaxed all over the body. Baron was happy and say, that is great. Ives said to Baron, I am gonna manipulate the needles into your elder sister, you can leave now. Baron said to him, why did you let me out? Ah, brother Ives, it's not because I don't trust you. But it's not appropriate to leave you alone with my sister. Ives said to him, PFFT, the art of golden needle is never passed to outsider. I will blindfold your sister while manipulate the needles, not to mention you. You thought I will do something bad to her, didn't you? Then Lily said to Baron, you can go out now. Baron said to him, ah, all right. I will stay outside the door. Just call me if there is anything, sister. Then Baron go outside of the door. Then Ives said to Lily, don't get nervous. Then she put hands on her knee. Ives said to her, very good next. Please take off your clothes, Lily. Lily was shocked and said, what? Lily tells him, there are altogether 9 kids of golden needles, used to dredge meridians. Namely shear needle, round pointed needle, spoon needle, lance needle, stiletto needle. Round sharp needle, filiform needle, long needle and big needle. But why are there 2 kids? Ives said to her, oh, you know the art of healing, huh? Then she said to him, a long illness makes me into a doctor. I have no idea what a poison it is. It is, but I can feel meridians all over the body are obstructed. So I often stick needles into my body. Then Ives said to him, you are an expert in the art of healing. No wonder you don't have to be confined to bed, though you are poisoned with the 7-star grass. Lily said to him, I am flattered. I am not an expert, but I just read several medical books. Then Ives show him, needle, and said to her, this is called magnetic needle, made from icy magnets in the North Pole. It's a little finer than the other 9 ones. It can absorb poison inside the meridians completely. So it works perfectly in detoxification. Lily said to him, oh, I get it. Your medical skills are so amazing. Ives said to her, I am already all set. Please lie on the bed, Lady Lily. And again he said to her, lie on the bed. Then Ives said to her, you know the art of healing. So you are supposed to know. I can't insert the needles on you. If you don't, Lily said to him, after curing my illness, could you restore freedom to Baron? Whereafter, I am willing to serve you all my life. Ives said to her, sigh, why would you do that? Lily said to him, huh. And she remained silent. Then Ives said to her, I know you are worried that Baron will get involved in danger. And I indeed need him to do things for me. But I can promise you, I will return him to you, safe and sound, after he has these things done for me. Lily said to him, you dislike me, huh? Then Ives said to her, you got me wrong. You are as pretty as a fairy. If I am not mistaken, there have been a lot of matchmakers coming to proposal marriage. But I still bear a mission. Before I accomplish it, I won't consider my marriage. Please forgive me for being rude. Then Lily said to Ives, I have some difficulty in moving. Could you please, help me lie down on the bed? Ives said to her, ah, of course. Then Ives lie down on the bed and thinking that though I often flirted with Sansa before, I actually just wanna make some fun of her. But the scene before me now really makes me at a loss. Lily said to him, I am ready. Ives said to her, forgive me for offending you. He covered her eyes. The poison is slowly infiltrating into the bone marrow from the joints of lower limbs. So I will stick needles into your feet first. She said to him, okay. Ives said to her, the first treatment is rather suffering, you have to bear it. She said to him, all right. Ives stick the needle in her feet and Lily was cry with pain, ah. Baron listened the sound of Lily and said, sister, are you all right? Then Baron opened the door, and he seeing towards Lily, needles were stick in her legs. And then he say, ow. Ives said to Lily, how are you feeling now? She said to him, "Phew, I feel much better now, but somewhat tired." "Thank you, Ives. I am afraid I will live as cripple for the rest of my life. If you don't help me." Ives said to her, "You don't have to thank me. After all, I don't help you for free. The person you need to thank is your brother, Baron." She said to Ives said to her, "Go ahead." She said to him, "Since you are so skilled at the art of healing, why are you still staying at the House Windsor? Anyway, you don't have to live under its roof. Do you? You can open a clinic, making fast money. And did you ever know, all members of the House Windsor say you." Ives was surprised, and said to him, "Oh. Say what? Have idea above your station, or have no capacity for improvement?" She said to him, "You knew it, huh?" He said to her, "I don't care about others." She said to him, "You knew it, huh?" He said to her, "I don't care about others' judgment. I know what I am doing, and feel no shame." "All right, you are rested long enough. Let's continue." Lily said to him, "Okay." Then Ives stick the needles in his belly, and said to her, "Forgive me, Lady Lily." She hold hand on her mouth. Ives said to her, "Don't move. If I made a mistake in sticking needles, you would swell all over, and eventually die of the obstruction of meridians." She said to her, "Hold your focus." Ives said to her, "Yes." She was crying because of pain. Then Ives put his hand of magic on her belly, and after that she is asleep. Ives going towards the outside. After that, Baron said to him, "Hey, brother Ives, how is my elder sister?" Ives said to him, "She is all right. But she is now so tired that she has fallen asleep. This time, I have removed 70% of the poison from her body. The rest 30% be removed gradually." Baron was so happy and said to him, "Really? Thank you very much. I don't know how to repay your great kindness. From now on, I will be at you service anytime you need me." Ives said to him, "All right, go prepare a iron cauldron. I need to boil this suit of needles." Baron said to him, "Yes." Then, they were boiled the iron cauldron, the mixture color turned, and Baron shocked, and say, "What? Who could have done this to my sister?" Ives said to him, "Baron, don't forget the promise between us. Don't take rash action without my orders." He said to Ives, "Yes." Then Ives said to him, "Besides, after your sister wakes up, tell her to pretend to be a cripple, even if she could walk." Baron said to him, "I will say. It would be safer if she pretends to be ill. The murderer must be still eyeing her, after poisoning." Ives said to him, "I have treated your sister. It's your turn to do things for me, right?" Baron said to him, "Go ahead." Ives said to him, "In 5 days, the family meeting will be held, with the championship in the martial arts competition." Baron said to him, "You want this divine feather arts of the House Windsor, right?" Ives said to him, "I have no interest about martial arts of that level. The only thing of your house that holds my interest is the Supreme Elders. Celestial Slaver." Baron was shocked and said to him, "The Celestial Slaver?" Ives said to him, "This sword is an artifact left by the Taoist Gabriel during the fierce fight between the Heavenly Sect and the Chain Sect. The Taoist Gabriel passed away, while this powerful artifact ended up in the hand of your Supreme Elder. But since the Taoist Gabriel passed away, no one has been powerful enough to manipulate this sword, including the Supreme Elder." Baron said to him, "Why have I never heard of this?" Ives said to him, "How could the Supreme Elder possibly tell anyone the artifacts like the Celestial Slaver? Even the appearance of this sword is unknown to everyone else. This powerful artifact is never passed down to outsiders, but only the next Lord of the House Windsor." Baron was upset and said to him, "Since it is heirloom of the House Windsor, how could I get it?" "Will you?" Ives said to him, "You are right. I will make you the Lord of the House Windsor." Baron was shocked and said to him, "I, the Lord of the House Windsor? This is impossible. I might have no way to become the Supreme Elder. Apprentice. Not to mention the Lord of the House Windsor. All members here would laugh at me to scorn, if they knew this." Ives said to him, "Did you think I am joking with you?" But Baron remained silent. Ives said to him, "Listen, Baron, the House of Windsor has 636 people altogether, of whom only one reaches the level of a Grand Martial Master. And 36 the level of a Martial Master, with the property valued at 120,000 liang of gold. It is just a medium noble house. Now you have reached level 4 of the heavenly martial arts. And your talent is not bad among those 36 martial masters. With the help, you have a hope to reach level 6 within 3 years. And there is 30% chance that you could reach level 7, becoming a Grand Martial Master. As long as you can improve your cultivation base, it's a natural thing that you will compete for the position of the Lord. During this period you should draw over as many members of the House Windsor as possible to your side, and gather your men. Go it. Then Baron said to him, you want the whole House Windsor. What the hell is your purpose? Ives said to him, all right, I wanna take revenge with the power of the House Windsor. You don't need to know more than that. Ives think that, you slaughtered more than 700 clansmen of mine. I must make you pay blood for blood. After that, Ives said to him, you're unwilling to do it for me, huh? Baron upset and said to him, my elder sister is confined to bed by illness. All members of the House Windsor just choose to sit by. And they even see her as a trouble, anxious to marry her into the House Bolton. So what if I ruin the House Windsor? It lets me down greatly. Then Ives said to him, the elders of the House Windsor are not people who seek nothing but personal profits. And all clansmen are living in harmony. All in all, it is not bad. Baron said to him, I know what is right and wrong. Please say, what do you want me to do? Ives said to him, here is the secret feather arts. A perfect complement to the divine feather arts. Try to learn it now, to improve your cultivation base. Then Baron put the paper and said say, secret feather arts. It's too precious. I can't take it anyway. You have helped me a lot so far. How could I take this? Ives said to him, I didn't give you for nothing. I need you to be more powerful. You must need it, if you wanna progress through to level 6. Baron said to him, though I don't know what revenge you are burdened with, I said, as long as you cure my elder sister. I will be at the beck and call of you, now and always. Today, I swear, I will be your sword from this moment on. I will be at your disposal anytime all my life. If I break it, may I be struck by lightning and split into 2 halves. Ives said to him, deal. On the other side, Diego was crying because of pain and say, ouch. And his elder brother said to Diego, be gentle. Diego said to him, are you not yet finished, elder brother? Elder brother said to him, what is the hurry double exclamation mark? And you deserve this. Diego said to him, brother be gentle. Okay, elder brother said to him, I told you, don't make enemies of others. But you never listened to me. Why did you mess around with Ives again? Diego said to him, brother, it's not my fault anyway. That bastard threw sand on my food, when he was still young. You should know, since that time, I've started a feud with him. Besides, he had been bullied by me all these years. God knows he has hidden his true powers all these years. And he even defeated Baron double exclamation mark. Elder brother said him, you said what? Ives defeated Baron. Diego said to him, right. That bastard also said, he will complete for the Supreme Elder Apprentice at the family meeting in 5 days. You need to be more careful, brother. He is after all a threat to you. Elder brother said to him, humph, I knew it, don't worry. I am not that easy to deal with. I can't wait to see what waves he will make next. On the other side, Ives thinking that back then, I had reached level 7 at the age of 12. Therefore, my honored master called me a martial arts marvel. But my cultivation base was shattered, because I was born with 1 meridian missing out of the 8 ones. I have no choice but to recover the cultivation. I never thought, with the 9th heaven goodness, I could level up my cultivation base several times, faster than before. This time, I must reach more than level 7. He opened the painting that Elder Master gave him. And he got energy when he saw the painting. 3 days later, Ives start his practice to reach level 7. He say, I almost make it. On the other side, in Windsor House, the fighting arena started. One guy said to the other, hey, did you hear that? Ives, that trash martial artist, defeated Diego. Other guy said, yes, I did. I never thought Diego would be defeated. At least, he has reached level 2. Is it true that Ives has reached level 3? I think it is possible. We have talked enough. He is now a sensitive figure. We would better talk less about him. The other guys say, you are right. On the other side, Isabella thinking about Ives. Ives was sitting, when she came in Ives' room. And she attacked on him with sword on Ives. Ives said to her, why do you come to visit me so late at night? Lady Isabella said to him, how did you recognize me? Ives said to her, your attacking ways. She said to him, humph, then she said to Ives, why did you not hit back? You are not afraid. I will kill you, are you? Ives said to her, I only reach level 3. Even if I hit back with all my strength, I am no match for you. So, why did I have to take the brother to do that? She said to him, humph. Don't pretend anymore. Show me your true power right now. I can't wait to see it. Ives said to him, hey, hey. Watch your sword. You have thought too much, Lady Isabella. I only reach level 3. Really? She said to him, humph, you can hide it from others, but not from me. Though I have no idea what exact level you have reached. I am not that easy to be deceived. In my view, you have reached at least more than level 4. Ives hands up and think, it is amazing. She would know. I have reached more than level 4. Did she ever learn some secret martial arts formula? But I have had people investigated all the secret martial arts formula of the House Windsor. There is nothing special, could it be that? She has learned how to manipulate the celestial slaver. Isabella said to him, what are you staring at me like this? Ives thinking that it won't be wrong. All the elders of the House Windsor have made a fuss of her. It makes sense if they pass this powerful sword to her. Isabella pinched on Ives' cheeks and Ives shocked and said to him, He was angry and said to her, what are you doing? She said to him, no human skin mask. You are really Ives, huh? Ives said to her, of course. By the way, you have stood here a long time. You are tired, or not you? How about, he was smile and say, having a rest for a while. Isabella was surprised and thinking Swords was lying on the floor, and her power not work. She was feel low level energy and surprised and think, what happening to me? Humph, what, why can't I gather the strength? Ives came near to Isabella and said to her, oh, why are you so impatient? She said to him, Ives, when did you poison me? Ives said to her, it's rumored among the clansmen that Lady Isabella is as pretty as a fairy. Seems it is not a rumor. She said to him, what the hell do you wanna do? Ives said to her, this is the very question. I wanna ask you. You broke into a man's room in the middle of the night. And even threw yourself at me. The night is so long that you can't tolerate the loneliness anymore, right? She shouted and said to Ives. You are shameless. Ives said to her, Lady Isabella, it is already late, isn't it? How about we have an early rest together? She was think that if it continues, my name will be sullied beyond redemption. I should try to hold him back, and find a chance to seek help. Then she off the candlelight and Ives said to her, what double exclamation mark? What's wrong with you? Each moment of a romantic night is precious. I can't wait it anymore. She was think that she shoot. Ives is a lech. She said to Ives, I still can't figure out when you poisoned me. I am sure I didn't feel anything unusual when I came in. But why did I suddenly get into your trap? Ives said to her, what is the use of knowing it now? She was shocked and said to him, if you told me how I got into your trap, I would be willing to resign myself to fate. Otherwise, I would bite off my tongue. By the time, you will have no way to take advantage of me. Ives laughing, ha ha ha, you really scared me. I always light a soothing incense stick while sleep. You know, it is also a kid of knockout drug. I have been accustomed to, since I have used it for years. So it doesn't work for me. While you suddenly broke in without knowing it. You will be naturally poisoned after staying here a long time. Isabella think that no wonder there was a smell of sandalwood when I came in. I never thought I would be ruined by a stick of smoothing incense. Ives said to her, all right, I have told you what you wanna know. Next let me give you an unforgettable time. She said to him, what? Wait. Then Ives said to her, is there anything else, Lady Isabella? She was upset and said to him, oh. Scream double exclamation mark. Ives, what are your hands doing? Don't touch me, you bastard double exclamation mark. I am gonna kill you double exclamation mark. Ives think, nothing, the celestial slayer is not with her. After that she think, I guessed it wrong, did not I? Ives said to her, take away and draw out. Then Ives put hand on Isabella mouth, she saw say hey. She cough, and swallow. Ives stepped back. She said to him, what did you feed me? Ives said to her, what do you think it is, Lady Isabella? She caught him on his collar. And say bastard, my body can move. It is the antidote. Ives said to her, Lady Isabella, it is already late, isn't it? So, it is not appropriate for you to stay here any longer. After all, it is a taboo that a man and woman stay alone in a room. So late at night, she was aggressive and she hold up the sword from the floor, and said to him, Ives, how dare you trick me? Ives said to her, it's you just now who broke into my room. I don't care whether you thank me for giving you the antidote or not. But how dare you be so rude to me? Are you not afraid no one dares to marry you? Then Isabella said to him, "It is because you plotted against me that I was poisoned." Ives said to her, "All right, you said it right. But I have already given you the antidote, have not I? But for what are you staying here?" She was angry, said to him, "If the gossip about us were spread out, saying I am a little man who takes advantage of others' difficulties." Ives said to her, "My name would be ruined." She said to him, "You think you are not? Then why did you run your hands over my body just now?" Ives said to her, "It is because you have hidden weapons with you. For my own safety, I had to do that." She said to Ives, "You lech. You big jerk. Humph. In the face of a beauty like you, I could hold me back. You say, am I really worse than a beast or not?" She is going towards TGHE door, and she turned and said to Ives, "I will get even with you sooner or later." And then she going outside the room, and think, "Oh my. I tried to discipline myself like a monk. This time, but you still blamed me. Hey, I am regretting it. Come back, Ives, I will never forget this. Never. Humph, I swear I will make you suffer much what I suffered today." Ives think that she is just like a little kid. She was lying on her bed, and thinking about today incident, and she was feeling shame. And say, "Oh my. I am gonna die of shame. Ives, you big jerk." Then she listened the voice of Dad, that say, "Are you sleeping, Isabella?" She say, "It is Daddy." "Daddy, what is up?" He said to her, "I just came to find you, but only to find you were not here." "Where did you go?" She said to him, "I went out to improve my cultivation base. Here is too much wind at night. The cold air will easily penetrate into your body. Don't do it at night anymore." She think, that phew, it is lucky for me that Daddy did not know I was lying to him. She said to Daddy, "I know. Don't worry." He said to her, "Rest early." He was think that she is lying. She really makes me worried. How can a girl go out so late? The guy said to him, "Take it easy, my lord. Lady Isabella knows what is right and what is wrong." She listened the voice of footsteps fade away. A very close call. "Ives, I don't believe I will lose to you, Humph." Next morning, Ives was sitting on the stone, in the river, and close his eyes. He say, "The fall is coming." Baron was came there, and practiced the cultivation arts, and he tore the tree into pieces. And say, "Phew, I have improved my cultivation base so fast, since I got the secret feather arts. What s precious thing," and begin to think that but for Ives, I would never know what is coming for my sister. At that time Lily came there on wheelchair. Baron seeing towards Lily and say, sister, why do you come here?" Then Baron sitting near to Lily and saying to her, "You haven't recovered yet. Why not have more rest at home?" Then she seeing towards the Ives and think, "Ives, why does he look so lonely?" When Ives opened his eyes and saw Lily came there, he say, Baron said to Ives, "My sister Lily came here to see you." Ives said to him, "Ha." Then Ives came out from the river, and said to Lily, "How do you feel now?" Lily said to him, "Much better now." Ives said to her, "That is good." After that Lily said to Ives, "I made some soup of immortality herbs for you to replenish chi." When Baron listened that he said, Soup of immortality herbs. That is precious. Thank you, sister." Baron was happy and tried to take the soup, but Lily say stop him. And say, "What are you doing?" And then Lily said to Ives, "Please drink it." Then Baron feel shame, and said to Ives, "Oh, Ives, you first, please." Ives said to her, "Thanks, Lily. But I don't need that. Let Baron drink it all." Lily remained silent. Ives said to her, "I will go on to cultivate martial skills, if you have nothing else to say. It is heavily damp here. Don't stay for too long." Then Lily thinking that I don't know why always feel there is some deep pain hidden in his heart. Baron said, Ives wants him to rule the house Windsor, and then take revenge with the power of the house. His age is same as almost the ours. But he has to shoulder such heavy burdens. I really have no idea what hatred he bears. Baron was stand there, and wait for soup. Baron said to Lily, "Sister, the soup is cold." Lily said, "What?" Next morning, Ives said to Lily put away the prescription. Then Ives said to her, "Lily, let's call it a day." Lily said to him, "Thanks, Ives." Ives said to her, "You are welcome." Lily tried to stand up but she could not stand and call Ives. Ives said to her, "Yes." Lily was near to fell down at that moment. Ives hold Lily and sitting her, on the bed. Then she say, "What?" Ives said to her, "I am sorry. I just." She said to him, "It doesn't matter." Ives said to her, "I am leaving now. Let Baron find me if you need any help." Lily said to him, "Okay." Then Lily said to him, Ives, wait. Ives said to her, anything else? She said to him, nothing. Thank you, Ives. Then he going towards the outside. At that moment Baron came there. Baron said to Ives, how is my sister? Ives said to him, the treatment is very effective. Her meridians have been reopened. So she can slowly cultivate martial arts. Baron was happy and said to him, really perfect. Then Baron opened the door and said, sister, Ives could start to cultivate martial arts. She said to him, where is Ives? Baron said to her, he is gone. Sister, drink the medicine soon. At night, Ives was lying on his bed, and think that it's her again. She is truly an unyielding girl. Suddenly, a bee came there, and cut him on his hand. At that moment Isabella came there, with a sword, and say, humph, how dare you offend me? But Ives was not here. Where is he? At that moment a bee cut her on neck. She was crying because of pain, she say ouch. What is it? Ives said to her, nothing. Isabella think why do I feel dizzy again? And sword fall down on her hand. She said to him, Ives. You bastard. She was crying, ouch, and then Ives hold her. Ives said to her, why do you come here again? Lady Isabella, you didn't learn. I regret letting you go last time. Never thought you would here again. She think that you bastard. I held my breath. How can I fall into his trap again? Ives said to her, tisk task. Charming eyes and sexy red lips. What a pretty girl. How can I not fall in love with you? Did you miss me again? She said to him, Ives, stop daydreaming. Never will I fall in love with you. Never. There is only one thing I cannot understand. Ives said to her, please go ahead. She said to him, I have eaten the antidote for the soothing incense stick before coming here. And when I came in, I held my breath. How can I fall into your trap again? Ives said to her, ha ha ha. Let me tell you, this time, you indeed held your breath. But, do you remember you were bitten by something just now? She was think that little thing. Ives said to her, right. This is the legendary bone-eating worm. It will drill into your bone, first making you feel exhausted. Then you will feel numb all over, like thousands of ants eating your bone ceaselessly. Soon you will die of exhaustion. Lily was shocked and said to him, what? Ives, you bastard, how can you be so evil? Thanks for watching my video. She was aggressive mood and said to Ives, you are a dead meat. If I died, my father would tear you into pieces. You bastard, you are not a man. I won't let you off even if I go to hell. I will appear in your dreams, making you lose sleep. Ives said to her, all right, I am joking with you. This is not a bone-eating worm, but an intoxication worm. Once you will feel weak for 4 hours, as if you have drunk too much. So you have no choice. To stay here for 4 hours. She was angry and called to Ives. And think that it's unlucky for me that I feel into your trap today. What's next? Ives said to her, seems you are already prepared for this. She said to him, I hate you. Ives said to her, many people hate me already. You make no difference. As time ticks away, she was angry on Ives. And shouted on him. Ives think that she was bitten by the intoxication worm. How can she still shout at me so loudly? Then Ives said to her, don't disturb me. She said, humph. Ives said to her, Lady Isabella, do you really fall in love with me? I have let you off. What the hell do you want? She said to him, stop daydreaming. Never will I fall in love with you. Perfect. Even if you stand before me naked, I won't have any interest in you. You're boring. I don't wanna talk with you anymore. Hey, Ives. Ives said to her, hey, Lady Isabella. What the hell do you want? She said to him, I am confused. Why did you true power before? I have a feeling, though you never used your martial skills to deal with me. If you use, maybe I will be no match for you. Ives was smile and said to her, thanks for your compliment. To be honest, the key to learning this martial arts is to be beaten up. The most, I am beaten up. The higher cultivation base, I will have. She was shocked and said to him, what a miraculous martial arts. You are lying, or not you? Ives said to her, right. I am lying. Don't disturb me anymore, you chatterbox. She said to him, how dare you fool me again? I don't wanna talk to you. Ives said to her, really? Thank you very much. Quietness is what I want. She said to him, humph. She think that I am pissed off. Nobody ever dared to treat me with such attitude. You bastard, how dare you fool me? You keep me here, but ignore me. Then she said to Ives, how cunning you are. Do you have to other wired tricks? Teach me now. Ives said to her, I won't. What if you dealt with me with these weird tricks in future? I won't. You have my word. Just teach me, okay? What's the benefit of teaching you? She said to him, benefit? You are truly a vulgar man. Ives was smiled and said to her, so I am. She said to him, what benefit do you want? Ives began to thinking and then he said to her, what benefit do you think you can give me? She was upset said to him, I can give. Ives said to her, to be honest, I have no interest in anything you have. I can easily get anything you can give me. So from now on, don't disturb me anymore. On the other side, Diego said to, guys, listen. Tonight beat him up as cruelly as you can. One guy said to him, don't worry. We both reach level 4. We will give him a good beating. Diego said to him, humph, Ives. You are a dead meat. How dare you beat me so hard that my waist hasn't yet recovered? Diego said to the both guy, come with me. Greg and Sansa also reached there. Sansa said to Greg, they are coming for our sect master. Greg, kill them or not? Greg said to her, humph, they won't be a threat to our sect master, even if they attack together. Sansa said to him, Ives gets entangled with 2 girls as soon as he enters the house Windsor. Tonight he put up a girl for the night. He is nothing but a playboy. I am afraid he has forgotten his mission. Greg said to her, don't worry. Our sect master knows well what to do. Both were disappeared. On the other side, Ives was sitting and he closed his eyes. And he said to Isabella, you have almost recovered your energy. Could you leave here now? Then Isabella said to him, I have not yet recovered my cultivation base. What if I met some danger on the way? How can you drive me out before recovered enough? I have stayed here for hours. Just wanna stretch my body. She make a naughty emoji of face. Ives seeing towards her, and said, eh. She said to him, humph. And think that I must investigate who the hell you are. Then Ives said to her, seems you don't wanna leave here, huh? And he laughed, ha 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 ha. Ellipsis. Isabella was shocked and said to Ives, what do you want? Then Ives came near to Isabella and said to her, of course, I will. Isabella was upset, and Ives kiss on her face. At that moment Diego reached there. Diego opened the door and said to Ives, your day has come. Diego was shocked when they saw Isabella and Ives together. Then Diego said, Lady Isabella ! And Diego think, it is impossible. Impossible. Junior's sister is a martial arts talent of our house. Nobody can match with her. In looks or power. I have admired her all the time. How can she get entangled with this bastard? Can't believe my eyes. Can't. Diego was aggressive and say, you a bitch couple. Diego said to Ives, I will kill you no. One guy said to Diego, calm down. Both guys think when they saw Isabella, that Lady Isabella has reached level 6. We are absolutely no match for her. We caught them committing adultery. And Lady Isabella is a level 6 martial master. What if she murdered us all? One guy said to Diego, let's go. Then Diego said to Isabella, I never thought you would be such kind of person you. Then Isabella said to Ives, shame on you. Ives said to her, don't blame me. It's you who wanna stay here. Both were whispered to each other. Then Diego say, you are both shameless. Then Isabella said to Ives, how dare you set me up? I will sort you out sooner or later. Ives said to her, you got me wronged, Lady Isabella. Then Diego coming towards the Ives, and said, I will cut you into half. Isabella say, humph. Then Isabella stopped Diego attack with power, and said to Diego, you have no right to meddle in my affairs. It is not your turn to kill him yet, even if I want him dead now. Then Diego said, Isabella, Ives. You a bitch couple. At that moment she slapped on Diego's face, and said to Diego, this is your punishment. If you say one more foul word again, I will punish you much more severely. Then Diego saying, good. Very good. I will never forget today. Never. I must make you two pay. And you, Ives. Ives said to him, hey. There is nothing to do with me. Then Diego said to both guys, humph. Let's go. They were going towards the outside of the room. Then Ives going toward the door, and Isabella said to Ives, stop. Ives said to her, hey, my lady. I have let you off. What else do you want? She said to him, you did it on purpose, right? Ives said to her, what? I don't understand what you are saying. Then Isabella said to him, stop pretending. You knew Diego would come in. So you purposely. Ives was smiling and said to her, purposely what? Purposely kissed you, right? Isabella was upset and said to him, you. Then Ives said to her, just let it go. I have to admit you are more powerful than me. But listen carefully, I still have dozens of ways to knock you down. So please think twice before you come to see me next time. Next morning, one guy said to the other, did you know it? Last night, Lady Isabella was in Ives' room, flirting with each other. And they were caught hugging with each other. Believe it or not, I saw it. Our master Diego caught them on bed. And Isabella even slapped him in the face. Did you know it? Last night, Isabella and Ives. On the other side, Diego was worried and say, these two bastards. How dare they spread this out? A shame on me, I will give them some lesson. On the other side, Ives was sitting and thinking, that last night, Isabella interrupted my cultivation many times. It really wasted me a lot of time. It's lucky that it didn't make any difference. It's time for me to do some healing to Lily. How much does Baron improve his cultivation base? Long corridor of the house Windsor. One guy came there, and he said to the other guy, look. He is Ives, is not he? He. Both were whispered to each other. Other guy said, I heard he yesterday. First guy said watch your mouth, Ives is looking at us. Then Ives think that something is wrong. Oh, Diego men spread out what happened last night. How does Isabella feel when she hears about these gossips? On the other side, Diego was upset, and say, Isabella. You bitch. Ives, I will never let you off. Never. At that moment one guy came there, and said to Diego, tisk, tisk. Seems you are stricken by love. Then Diego turned back and say, who? Then the guy laughing, ha 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 ha, and said to Diego, long time no see. Then Diego, say, it is you. This guy is the son of the house Stark, Gerald Stark. The most talented martial arts of the whole house Stark. When the house Windsor got along well with the house Stark, I met him twice before. At that time, he was already a level 6 martial master. Now, his power is unfathomable. Then Gerald said to Diego, ha ha ha. Don't be nervous, and, if I wanna attack you, do you think you can dodge it? Diego was surprised and said to him, Gerald. You are now in the domain of the house Windsor. I bet you don't have the guts to make a mess here. Gerald laughing, ha 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 ha, and said to Diego, I come here to talk about cooperation with you. Diego said to him, our two houses are now at odds. There is no need at all to talk about it. Then Gerald said to him, sigh, why not? Don't be so stubborn. For example, you love Lady Isabella, don't you? Diego said to Gerald, Isabella is a bitch. Gerald said to him, if she did not love you, it would be her loss. You are much more talented than Ives in martial arts, aren't you? Diego was angry and said to him, what the hell do you wanna say? Just say it, I don't wanna waste time on you. Gerald said to Diego, don't overestimate yourself too much. If I wanna kill you, you won't have way to see tomorrow's sun. Be my ally, I can help you get what you want. Diego say, I can't. Never will I betray my own house. Save your breath. Then Gerald said to Diego, think about what your own house can give you. With your power, you can never become the heir of the house Windsor. In 10 years, the whole house will be Isabella. Gerald think that it works. Diego said to him, you have a way to make me the heir. Then Gerald said to him, the house Windsor and the house Stark are not sworn enemies. If one day you can rule your house, our two houses will resume the friendly relations. A good thing, is not it? Diego said to him, do you really mean it? Gerald said to him, of course. I won't let you do anything traitorous. Diego said to him, deal. Ha ha ha, a wise decision. On the way, in Lily Yard, Lily was sitting on the chair and thinking about Ives. At that moment Ives came there, and he said to Lily, it is somewhat cold outside, you should take more rest indoors. She was surprised and said to Ives, Ives, you are here. Ives said to her, I am here to detoxificate the poison within your body. Lily said to him, oh, Ives said to him, what is on your mind? You can tell me, if you want. Lily said to him, could I ask you a question? Ives said to her, please go ahead. Then Lily said to him, I heard the gossip between you and Elizabeth. Is that real? Ives said to her, oh, half real, half fake. Then she said to him, do you like her? Ives said to her, we have just met a few times. She just wanna know how powerful I am now. She sneaked into my room, and was caught staying with me. Lily said to him, oh, I see. Then Ives said to her, Lily, I also wanna ask you one question. She said to him, what? Ives said to her, previous you and she were most talented martial artists of the House Windsor, and also rivals. You were poisoned even having no way to stand on your feet. Do you think it was done by Elizabeth? Then Lily said to him, I don't think it is her. Then Ives said to her, why? She said to him, many people may think that she is very suspected. Previously, our struggle was always secret. But I have a feeling that she is not a wicked person. And it is lucky for me that I can get your help. So I don't wanna pursue this matter. Then Ives said to her, how kind you are. I really admire you. Next morning, Ives came Lily's room, and said to her, every time I help you detoxicate the poison, Baron will stay outside. Where is he today? Then Lily said to him, maybe he has something to do. Ives said to her, how about we wait until he comes back? She said to Ives, you don't have to. Ives said to her, all right. Then she was lying on the bed, and Ives stick the needle in her belly. She was crying because of pain and say, ouch. Why does it hurt more than ever this time? Ives said to her, please be patient. I have cleared the poison that remains in your meridians before. But there is still some poison deep in the bone marrow. This time, I need to prick this golden needle deep into it. So it hurts much more than several times before. She said to him, I see. Please continue. On the other side, in Elizabeth's residence, Evan Windsor was angry and said to Isabella, look up, where did you go last night? She was think, oh no, my dad must have known it. Then she said to him, I went to Ives' chamber. Evan put his hand on table with anger, and say, humph. And shouted, why did you go to his chamber? Is that gossip real? She said to him, gossip. What is gossip? Evan again said to him, then why did you go to this chamber? She said to him, Ives defeated Diego. I think he is not that simple. So I sneaked into his room to test his cultivation level. Then Evan said to her, what level has he reached? She said to him, at least more than level 4. Evan was surprised and say, oh. Really? She said to him, yes. I constantly forced him to use his martial arts. Evan say, if so, and think that Baron will have no hope of being the Supreme Elder Apprentice. Then Isabella said to him, Ives is very suspicious. I still need to do more investigation. Evan Windsor again asked about the gossip. Isabella was upset and say, what gossip? What did you hear from outside? He was angry and said, you have love affair with Ives. She said to him, how can you believe this? We are strange to each other. How can I do that? Then Evan said to her, I said nothing. Why did you react so strongly? She was thinking that, oh no. If my daddy knows what he did last night, he will tear him into pieces. I got to think a way out. After that she said to him, you know, Diego and Ives are sworn enemies. Last night, he broke into Ives' room, wanting to pick on him. Accidentally, he caught me staying with Ives. He shot several foul words at me. So I gave him a lesson. Diego has always been crazy about me. How disgusting he is. Then Evan said to her, you're right. He has liked you for quite time. Evan was sitting on the chair and drinking a tea. Then he said to her, be careful of him. She was think few, luckily, I am a wise girl. How about letting him a lesson? A punishment for his spreading gossips. Then she came near to Daddy and said him, Daddy, how dare Diego humiliate me? Sobbing. Evan Windsor was angry and said to her, really? Humph, how dare he do this to you? He stand up and say, don't worry. I will give him a good lesson today. And he was going toward the outside. Isabella was happy and laugh, haha, and think that Ives. This is all your fault. I have to tell a lie to my dad. I won't let you off easily. Next morning, everyone gossiped to each other. And Ives came there. One guy said to the other, speak as little as possible. Such thing must make all elders piss off. The other guy said to him, I won't be so reckless. Ives think what happened. Let me have a look. Conference hall of the House Windsor. Ives going towards the conference hall. People were discussing to each other. But he still not knowing what the hell happened. Ives tried to enter in conference hall but two guys stop him. And said to him, only immediate apprentices can enter. He said to him, all right. Then Ives said to them, these elders are so cautious. I am afraid things are not simple. One guy say, did you hear about that? The other guy say, what the hell happened? The other guy say, did hear about that. One apprentice named Brad has found dead in his room this morning. Ives was shocked when he listened that. A guy said that dead. Seriously, you know, Brad martial arts talent is not bad. He has reached level 4 at the age of 26. How did he die? I heard he was assassinated by the dart. Guess whose dart it is? Ives think about Elizabeth. People were saying, how could she kill him? I don't know, I heard Brad had always coveted her beauty. Maybe she was framed up. How can she leave her dart in the room after killing him? Ives was thinking that it is impossible. How can she kill Brad? Someone wanna frame her up. Who did this? Then he think about Diego. No. He has a motive, but all people know the gossip about Elizabeth is stirred up by him. At this moment, he can't be that foolish to do this. Baron, given his character, he wouldn't get an innocent person involved. I need to have Greg look into this matter. At that moment, one guy called Ives and said to Ives, Lord Windsor wanna see you. Ives said to him, all right. When Ives entered in conference hall, he saw the dead body of Brad on the floor. Evan Windsor said to Ives, why don't you kneel? Ives said to him, that I indeed live under your roof, but my identity is still not clear. So I am not Z member of you. I never kneel before outsiders. Then Evan Windsor was aggressively said to Ives, you bastard. How dare you be so arrogant before us? Kneel. Ives remained silent. Then Evan shouted and say, you have him kneel. Isabella think about Ives that he still put on airs. One guy came near to Ives, to caught him. At that moment, Jonas Windsor said to the guy, stop. You two step back. He can still remain unruffled in the face of his threats. He is so interesting. Then Evan Windsor said to Jonas Windsor, how dare he talk back to us? We can't let him off so easily, or it will make us lose our prestige. Jonas Windsor said to him, enough. I know what to do. Evan Windsor, think that little bastard. How lucky he is. Jonas Windsor said to Ives, my brother entrusted us to look after you. By now, your identity is still not clear. I don't know whether you're a member of us or not. But you have lived here for years. Making you kneel before us is not an excessive requirement, is it? Then Ives said to him, yes, it is. You took me in, but only offers me temporary shelter. Thank you for offering me food and clothes. But 1,000 gold coins are enough to repay your gratitude. Jonas Windsor laughing, ha 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 ha. And said to Ives, all right. It is our fault. All these years, we have not taken good care of you, making you hold a grudge against us. Since you're not willing to kneel, how about sitting? Beside, everyone were surprised and say, what? Ives can sit, even for immediate apprentices, we were not qualified to sit here. The other guy said, what the hell is going on? Ives was sitting on the chair. Then Isabella seeing towards Ives and think that he really makes me confused. Even the Evan Windsor say, I am confused. Why does the Elder Supreme favor him so much? Diego came there. When he saw the Ives was sitting on the chair, he think that how dare he sit here? Why does Supreme Elder treat him so respectfully? Then Lord Windsor say, I think you all know why I summons you here today. A terrible thing happened just now. Last night Brad was killed in his room by someone. What are your opinions on this? Then Lord Windsor gestured towards Elizabeth, and said to her, your dart was found in his room. Do you have anything to say? At that moment, Evan Windsor said to Lord Windsor, she wouldn't be that foolish. Someone wanna frame her up. Lord Windsor said to him, I didn't let you speak, did I? Evan Windsor was upset and say, I. Then Lord Windsor was angry and said to him, Brad is a member of us. He was killed in our turf. What a shame on me. No matter who the murdered is, I will severely punish him. Ives was think that Lord Windsor is very serious about this matter. Then Isabella was kneeling down and said to Lord Windsor, please show me justice. I lost this dart half a month ago. I have reported this to 6th Elder. Then Lord Windsor, saying to Hardy, is she telling the truth? Evan Windsor think that Hardy is always at odds with me. Things would be worse for me if I said no. Then Hardy said to him, my lord. I looked up the files immediately after this happened. Half a month ago, she truly reported it to me. The dart we found is the one that she lost half a month ago. Lord Windsor said to him, I see. Then Lord Windsor said to Isabella, even so, you are still not excluded from suspicion. Where were you from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock last night? She was upset and say, last night I was in Ives' room. Lord Windsor thinking that oh my, the gossips are real, how could she alone stay in a man room? Diego think, that shame on her. Never thought she would do this. A bitch couple. Lord Windsor said to her, what did you do in his room? She said to him, Ives defeated Diego with one blow. I have speculations about his cultivation base. So last night, I went to try out his power. Lord Windsor said to Diego, "Do you have anything to say?" He said to him, "My lord, Elizabeth and Ives have intimate relationships. Maybe Brad caught them having an affair. So she killed him." Isabella said to Diego, "You liar." After that Ives was stand up and say, "All listen, it makes no sense whether I have an affair with her or not. Listen, Brad was killed between 9 o'clock and 2300 p.m. Right, Lord Windsor say, "Yes." Then Ives saying, "Every member of the House Windsor is under suspicion. Now we need to find our alibi." Then I wanna ask to Diego, "Where were you between 9 o'clock and 2300 p.m.? Diego was angry and think that where was I? You should know it. Then Diego said to Ives, "I stepped into your room, finding you committing adultery." Humph. Trying out his power. What a joke. How shameless you are. I even found them kissing in the bed. Evan Windsor was surprised and say what? Then Isabella attack of power on Diego and say, "Diego, you liar." Diego said to her, "You have the guts to do it, but don't have the guts to admit it. You pretend to be like a chaste woman. How dare you do such a thing secretly? Shame on you." Then Lord Windsor said to Diego, "Enough. The meeting hall is not where you have a quarrel. No matter what happened last night, you three all have the alibis. So you are excluded from suspicion." After that Jonas Windsor, saying that other members, report to us where you were between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock p.m. After investigation more than half said they were sleeping in their rooms. Then Evan Windsor, saying to Baron, "Where were you last night?" Baron begin to thinking that after my sister was poisoned, he always says harsh words against us. Now he wanna drag me into this. Baron said to him, "My lord, I was cultivating my martial skills outside my sister room in the yard." Lord Windsor was worried and says, "It is hard to find out who the murdered is." Then Ives said to him, "My lord, why not investigate whether there is any outsider having contacts with members of the House Windsor recently?" Lord Windsor was surprised and say, "You mean?" Then Ives said to him, "Even if there is some friction among members, they wouldn't resort to murder. But outsiders are not that merciful." Diego began to thinking, "Oh, no. Just met Gerald today. I didn't kill Brad. But I am afraid, if they take a deep look into this matter, I will surely get involved. By the time, I will be taken as a traitor." Jonas Windsor, saying, "I will say, maybe outsider did this. But all we need to do first is still to exclude all our members from suspicion. Often wise, we will get into a panic due to mutual suspicion." Ives said to him, "How wise you are." Then Ives began to think that how cunning. "I know what they are thinking. They do this investigation just to exclude Elizabeth from suspicion. If all members suspect she killed Brad, her position in the House Windsor will be shaken. Just as I expected, she truly holds an unusual position." Hardy Windsor, saying that, "Who did this? The House Stark have always been hostile to us. I bet they must have gotten involved in this murder. How dare they murder our man? We are sworn enemies forever. Diego think that things would be worse for me if they blamed the House Stark for this murder. Brad was murdered last night. The next day, I saw Gerald Stark in the mountains. What a coincidence, did he kill Brad?" Then Ives seeing towards Diego. And Diego think, did he find out something? Did he know? I met Gerald today. I have to kill him. Otherwise, he will be threat to me. Then Ives think, why is Diego so frightened? Did he get involved with this murder? Forget it. Things would be clear after Greg investigates it. All I need to do is to gradually get control over the House Windsor. Then Jonas Windsor said that now our house faces great crisis. Martial masters of the younger generation are in great shortage. So I decide to accept a second lineal apprentice a few days later. Evan Windsor, surprised and said to Supreme Elder, "What is the hurry?" "The scheduled time." Supreme Elder said to him, "I have made up my mind. We don't have much time." After that Ives begin to think that the Supreme Elder thinks much more than Evan does. They can't list Elizabeth as the only heir. What if she was killed in the battle with the House Stark one day? Brad was murdered, but actually they came for Elizabeth. So the Supreme Elder has to accept a second immediate apprentice as soon as possible. Ives turn, and seeing towards Baron and think, has Baron been well prepared? Baron think that I have waited for this day for a long time. Supreme Elder seeing towards Ives and thinking that he still stays so calm. And he defeated Diego with only one blow before. No one else can be more outstanding than him among the younger generation. Lord Windsor, say, we will continue to take a deep investigation into his matter. Recently, no one is not allowed out without my permission. Let's rest it, temporarily. Don't make irrelevant guesses anymore. Next day, Greg met the Ives and say, Sect Master. Ives said to him, Greg, help me investigate who the hell killed Brad. And then said to Greg, what's love between men and women? Greg said to him, I have no idea. Ives laughed, haha, did you ever love anymore? Greg said to him, no. I am your shadow. If you need me to kill someone, I will be your sword. Sword has no feelings. Ives said to him, but, you're a human, having flesh and blood, spirits and wills. I will let you go, if one day, you wanna pursue your desired life. I don't want anyone to sacrifice for me. Greg said to him, I am willing to be your shadow for all my life. Then Ives said to him, maybe I suddenly become sentimental. 3 days later, report to me what you find out. Greg said to him, in Elizabeth Yard, Supreme Elder drinking a tea and Isabella is also there. Isabella put her hand on Supreme Elder's shoulder and smiled. She said to Master, let me massage your shoulders. Supreme Elder said to him, Elizabeth, tell me what the hell was going on. Elizabeth said to him, I don't date to deceive you. These 2 days, I went to try out Ives' power. Elder Supreme said to her, oh. The result? Elizabeth said to him, I didn't succeed yet. I only know he reaches no less than 4 level. Elder Supreme said to her, oh. Interesting. You have reached level 6. How could you fail to try out his power? Then Evan Windsor said to Elizabeth, with your power, you should have defeated Ives very easily, should not you? She said to him, this was then what I thought. The result is opposite. Supreme Elder surprised and say, what? You meant he defeated you? She said to him, the first day I tired out his power, I was poisoned by his soothing incense stick. I was caught due to general weakness. Evan Windsor said to her, did he bully you? Tell me if he did. I will take revenge for you. Elizabeth said to him, no. Just said some flirting words. And then let me go. Evan say, humph. Very sensible of him, or? Supreme Elder say, then what happened last night? Elizabeth said to him, I learned the lesson. So I specially covered my mouth and nose, but, even surprised and say, but what? Then she said to him, but I was bitten by his intoxication worm. My whole body immediately gave out. Then I was caught again. He also said, he still has dozen of ways to deal with me. Iran was aggressive. Band said to her, how arrogant he is. Why did Diego also go there? Then she said to him, they are sworn enemies. Last night, he took 2 guards to deal with Ives. But he sensed the danger in advance, and then purposely struck a pose of kissing me. Then Diego saw this. He shouted several foul words. So I gave him a lesson. Supreme Elder said to her, if so, he is not nobody. Then Evan Windsor say, how did you come to such conclusion? Supreme Elder said to him, you didn't confront him face to face, but you have reached level 6. He sensed your coming, and even let out the intoxication before you sneaked into his room. And he even sensed the danger before Diego broke into his room. Judging by this, he must have reached much more than level 4. Evan Windsor said to him, you meant, he is more powerful than Elizabeth. Supreme Elder said to him, hard to say. Evan shouted and say, it is impossible. Maybe he only has very accurate sensory ability. Elizabeth think that did Master mean, he is more powerful than I am. Supreme Elder said to him, by now, we can't come to a clear conclusion. But he caught Elizabeth twice, we can't look down upon him. Evan said to him, how can we deal with him? Supreme Elder said to him, he has lived under our roof for years. Though his identity is not yet clear, we can never take him as our enemy. The House Stark is now pressing us. It is not a bad thing if he stands on our side. Evan said to him, what if he is their spy? Supreme Elder said to him, impossible. His martial arts talent is outstanding. If he is really a member of them, how can they send him here? They will surely train him to be more powerful. Evan said to him, it is hard to say. Ives is shrewd. Perhaps. Supreme Elder said to him, don't worry, Evan. His martial arts talent is truly outstanding, but I won't put him in an important position before his identity is confirmed. Evan laughed, ha ha ha, and say, you got me wrong. I said this for the safety of the whole house. If Ives fights on our side, it is natural for us to train him to be more powerful. Then Supreme Elder said to him, martial arts talents are in great shortage. It is about the rise and decube of our house. Don't harbor any bad idea. If you do something that harms our house, Supreme Elder said to him, I can't protect you well by the time. Thanks for watching my video.